And we back, and we back, and we back, and we back.
Deal with it, Pepper.
Yeah. Welcome to Cigar City Radio, episode number 49. I'm your host, Randy Ojeda, and making the magic happen, Mr. Jason Solanes.
Hey, Randy. Have you ever been...
I can't say that I have.
No? Never been on your hands and your knees?
I'm gonna stop right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. So you might have noticed a 2-week gap in episodes from episode 48 to 49.
Mind the gap.
Yes, mind the gap. Obviously, Tampa was in the path of Hurricane Irma, so we took some time off and spent these last couple weeks boarding things up and getting sandbags and supplies and preparing so that our families and the people that we know would be safe from Hurricane Irma. Fortunately, Hurricane Irma took a turn, I guess, or went north at the last moment when they were expecting it to go northwest into Tampa Bay, and instead sort of missed us. But we still definitely got some of the storm, but it wasn't nearly as bad as it was forecasted for. So we're very thankful here that there wasn't much damage and most of the people that we know survived okay. But not everybody was so fortunate. The storm still hit hard in the Key West and Naples area. The southwestern part of Florida got hit pretty bad. Obviously, the Caribbean is looking rough as well. So we just wanted to take this time to let you know about a couple organizations that we care about that are doing great work. One of them, you'll remember, is Jason Soul. If you listen to episode 38, he was our guest on that episode. He has an organization called Engage Current that is working on the laundry project, and they're doing a lot of hurricane relief efforts, gathering supplies for people in areas like Fort Myers and Naples and St. Pete and Clearwater. If you'd like to volunteer to help with the laundry project or to donate, you can go to laundrybycurrent.org. That's LAUNDRYBYCURRENT.org. A couple other options for you too if you want to donate or get involved in some ways. The Tampa Disaster Relief and Recovery Fund, you can find them at cftampabay.org. Also, to our friends down south in Miami, we definitely recommend the Miami Foundation, which has a couple different relief funds. One of them is the Irma Caribbean Strong Relief Fund. That fund will support relief efforts in small Caribbean island nations and territories, including Antigua and Barbuda, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and the Bahamas, among others. They also have the Irma Community Recovery Fund. That fund will support relief efforts for Florida's marginalized communities, ensuring residents in poverty have access to critical services and resources. So you can find the Miami Foundation at miamifoundation.org. So please get involved, donate, give your supplies, give your time. Fortunately, the Tampa Bay area made it out of this one without too big of an issue, but hurricane season's still going, and we definitely want to support everybody else in the Florida area and the Caribbean that was affected. So if you have any other ideas for ways that people can get involved or help the hurricane relief efforts anywhere, shoot us an email at info@cigarcitymanagement.com and let us know what you've been doing to help. If you've been listening to the show for a while, you know that one of our favorite music services is Spotify. Not our only favorite. We have lots of favorites. Shout out Tidal. But we do love Spotify, and we are on Spotify. So if you are also on Spotify, you should follow our user account, Cigar City MGMT, on the service. We have a number of public playlists where we can help you discover new music, new tunes, and also follow along with this podcast. So you can start with the Cigar City Radio Companion playlist, which features all of the music heard and discussed on this show. You can follow the Tampa Mixtape, which features some of our favorite independent and major bands from the Tampa area. And you can follow our 2017 New Music playlist, which features our top picks in the world of new music from every genre, no matter how popular or how underground. And lastly, you can follow our Cigar City MGMT Popular Tracks playlist, which features popular tracks from the Cigar City MGMT family. How about that? And you can also follow my 90s and 80s playlists, which are kind of fun. The 90s one is called Now That's What I Call 90s. You'll dig it.
The episode you're about to listen was recorded at the world-famous Blind Tiger Cafe in the heart of Ybor City, Tampa, Florida. The Blind Tiger Cafe is a speakeasy-inspired coffee house. We serve vegan pastries, coffee, tea, beer, kombucha, etc., etc., etc.
In case you missed it, Cigar City Management was recently featured in the Tampa Bay Times. Mainly the story was about the amazing Greg Billings and the band Stranger and how we've worked with Stranger to bring all of their music to the internet, to the world. It's on Apple Music, it's on iTunes, it's on Spotify. We'd like to extend a huge thanks to In the News, where news never gets old, for putting together a beautiful plaque featuring our placement on the front page of the Tampa Bay Times. So if you are interested in putting your own plaques together, or if you've recently been in the paper as well, the person to talk to is Joe Abend from In the News Online. You can visit them at inthenewsonline.com. Thank you again, Joe. It's beautiful. We'll definitely be using you again next time we're in the Tampa Bay Times, which hopefully should be soon.
On this episode, we spoke to Julia Powell, a local musician just getting her feet wet in the scene. We talk about her experience becoming a musician, her inspirations, going from Girl Scout to musician, and what it's like to be a young woman leading the concert.
She also played some songs for us, so stick around to the end because you'll hear some Julia Powell originals.
Tunes.
So here it is, episode 49. So you're not necessarily saying goodbye to a specific person,
No.
but just
It's just
shedding
kind of
yourself.
a collective of anything that kind of brought me down in the past. It's kind of just saying goodbye to that and kind of manifesting that into a person and then saying goodbye to it in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. What's your songwriting style like? Like, is it just you and the guitar?
Yeah, usually I write guitar first. Usually I'll come up with like a chorus and maybe a verse, and then I just kind of write down whatever comes to mind. And I'm one of those people who will start a song and then leave it alone for 6 months and then come back to it and finish it. So most of my songs I started writing a long time ago before I actually perform them in any way. So, yeah.
So it's really like you kind of go through the paces with these songs. You don't really,
Yeah.
you don't rush them out.
I try not to because then they come out as shit. And yeah, I try not to force myself to write anything because it usually doesn't end up well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you like to take your time with it.
definitely. Yeah.
So where did you get your start in music? What prompted you to play guitar, and what prompted you to sing? And did you not want to sing at first? Because that's really common.
Well, my parents forced me to play violin when I was probably 9 years old.
Forced
And
you?
I fucking hated it. I hated it so much. I didn't like the way it sounded. I didn't like the teacher, everything about it. And my parents finally said, okay, well, what do you want to play? You know, you have to play an instrument. What do you want to play? And I was a little emo kid, and I was like, I want to play electric guitar. So then I got into that. And then about 6th grade, I started writing, and I think that's when I really started singing. I mean, I'd always kind of like sing along with stuff, but I think I actually started, really trying to develop my voice in early middle school.
So were your parents musicians? Is that why they were pushing you to play an instrument? Or
No.
they just felt like you needed to be a well-rounded child?
Yeah, they just wanted me to have a hobby.
Yeah.
I think it was that or Girl Scouts, and I didn't want to be a fucking Girl Scout either, so here
That's
we
not
are.
much of a hobby.
Yeah, it's just, you're right.
Yeah. But I mean, that's smart. Like, I think parents need to push kids into
No,
extracurricular
definitely.
activities like that,
Yeah, no, it definitely helped me out. I mean, it gave me something to do growing up for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And who knew that playing the violin at 9 years old, now you'd be, rocking
Right.
out on the guitar and writing music.
Yeah, they did me a favor in a way, I guess, in retrospect.
It's totally cool. So how long have you been working on sort of this incarnation of Julia Powell?
I started really performing when I started at HCC a couple years ago. Because I was in Ybor and I was seeing all these places where I could perform, and I was like, okay, now's the time to do it. So I think I really started putting myself together as a musician 2.5 years ago. But I had already written all this material before then, but I think I really started to bring it all together around then.
Yeah. Are you still living like here in the area? You said you could go
I
to
live in
HCC?
South Tampa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So somewhat close to
yeah.
somewhat close to Ybor.
15, 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. Everything in Tampa is about 15, 20 minutes from other things.
Exactly. Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah.
I heard someone gripe the other day about driving 15 minutes to work, and I was like, man, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15 minutes is nothing, man.
Come on.
For real.
Yeah, as long as you're not crossing the bridge, you're probably going to be doing all right.
Yeah.
No bridges.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So did you find when you were younger that guitar got you into trouble or kept you out of trouble more? Because it was a thing to do.
I think it was a 50-50.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, my parents wanted me to play this instrument so much, but then they didn't like the kind of music I was playing. So I would get in trouble with them, like, why are you listening to that crap? But I think more than anything, it kept me out of trouble. I wasn't out doing dumb shit. I was in my room writing songs. So in the long run, I think it kept me out.
Yeah. Well, for our younger listeners, what kind of music were your parents listening to?
Like 60s, 70s, kind of.
And I imagine they were listening to
the
that
Beatles
in the 60s and 70s.
Janis Joplin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Just pointing out that they had no room to speak.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. It's like, hey, parents, all of the musicians that you loved were like doing drugs and singing about sex too.
Your
Yeah.
parents hated them too. Yeah,
Miles
exactly.
Davis was a heroin addict. Just throwing that out there.
A lot of them were heroin addicts.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's pervasive.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Who was the comedian that has that joke about that like all the music that you've ever listened to is the product of drugs?
I don't remember which comedian. I know what you're
It's
talking
like
about.
Bill Hicks
Yeah.
or somebody like
Yeah.
that said something like that. But I don't know if somebody's listening to this and knows who it was, just tweet me and correct me.
Angrily, please.
Yeah. Oh no, it's always angry. The tweets are always angry. I actually just recently got some very angry. Angry.
I got some
Angry.
angry
I got some
Angry.
angry tweets. No, I got some very angry tweets from a rapper who I told him that his song was like misogynist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because it was about dicking down a bitch. Like that was
Okay.
like the chorus, like
Yeah.
I'm dicking down a bitch, I'm dicking down a bitch, and I'm like, okay, that's not really what we're about,
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to pass on that one. And he like went nuts on
Well,
Twitter.
he said that you weren't really listening and that you didn't know what he was talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah. He said that I didn't get the punchlines. So clearly, there's something about dicking down a bitch went over my
mean,
head.
yeah.
The metaphors and the symbolism was just lost on me.
Shakespeare.
It is rather Shakespearean.
I mean, yeah, if you have to respond angrily to a criticism of you're a misogynist, you're probably actually a
Yeah.
misogynist.
Well,
like
the-
you're definitely defending something.
Yeah. Well, the way I felt it is like that's the same kind of guy who like gets turned down by a woman and then attacks her.
yeah,
you know,
calls
and it's
her a
like he
bitch.
can't.
Yeah.
His pride felt hurt because I didn't like
Right.
his song, and it's
His
like, dude,
masculinity was threatened.
yeah, yeah. So speaking on kind of that front, not to assume your gender in any way, but there's not a lot of female singer songwriters
Yeah.
in Tampa. Like there's some really good singer songwriters in general. But
Yeah, for sure.
There are a lot of dudes.
There's a lot of dudes. You're right. Yeah, it's something that I've gotten used to because growing up, a lot of my friends were guys, so it doesn't really affect me in any way. But I do notice it sometimes. Like I'm the only female on this show. Like I'm the only one in this bar or in this place.
Yeah.
If it's a small show, there might not be a lot of people. So yeah, it's definitely something that I notice. It doesn't really bother me necessarily. I haven't faced too much sexism or misogyny or anything, at least not yet. So, yeah.
But is it something like? Do you feel like people might treat you a little differently within the scene?
I do kind of see that. I do see people, if me and two of my friends play a show, they'll go up to them and talk to them about their music first before they come up to me. And I don't know if that's a coincidence or if it is kind of a, I'm not as valid or whatever.
Yeah.
But
I'm not sure. I'm not speaking on what it actually is, but it could be a mixture of them thinking you're not valid or being intimidated.
yeah.
Because there's
Either one.
so few singer-songwriters
You're
that
right.
are females,
Yeah.
They're like, nah, we can't talk to her.
Yeah, no, we can't.
She's clearly unapproachable.
Right. Well, I have a very angry face when I'm just looking, so I think that does throw people
Yeah.
off sometimes.
Also, I mean, just judging from the song you just played, like you're also not playing like bubbly like Taylor Swift pop songs.
Definitely not.
So that might scare the dudes away too.
It might, which I'm okay with. That's fine.
Yeah. So what places have you been playing at in the area?
I've played at Above the Salt Cafe a lot. That's
Shout
a
out
good
to
place.
Christina.
Yeah, shout out to Christina.
Yeah, shout out to Christina for sure. She's helped me out a lot. And then I used to go to Boba's open mic a lot. There's a couple places in St. Pete that I'm going to be playing coming up. I'm going to be playing at the Hideaway in a week and a half, I think. I used to play at Beer and Brownies in Tampa.
I still haven't gone to Beer and Brownies, but it's right by my house.
Nice.
I don't even know what that is.
It's right there on Waters.
It's a little open mic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You've seen the
talked
place.
about that place. Yeah,
it's
yeah.
right. It's right by that Yummy House, like not the Hillsborough Yummy House. You
I know
know?
what you're
Yeah.
talking about. That
Right.
plaza.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
Yeah, it's nice. I used to go there a lot. I haven't gone too recently, but it was a cool place.
Right on.
Cool.
And I heard you're working on an EP too. I actually
am.
did a little Facebook stalking.
Okay.
I saw that you're working on an EP.
Yeah, it should be out early to mid September. So
Right on.
Pretty soon.
Where are you recording that?
my friend Carlos is a producer. He went to SBC's Mira program, I think it's called, and he's producing all my stuff. So it should be really cool. We've been working really hard, so I'm excited for it. Yeah.
And so, how long have you been working on that one?
We've been at it for a couple months now. We're almost done. We have, I think, 3 of the songs done, and there's 5 on it. So we only got 2 more to work on.
Right on.
So yeah.
So I think that's one thing that people don't realize is how much goes into
A lot.
making a record. Even just a 5-song EP. Like,
Exactly.
it can take a lot of time.
It's not like a full band records it straight onto a CD and then they distribute it.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
Well, some bands do, but just like the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
There's only certain bands that can pull that
But
off.
they're too hip for that. They record it to A-track.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So, do you have session musicians working with you, or have you put a band together?
Well, I had Christina come in and play bass for one of the songs. Other than that, it's mainly just me and Carlos. He plays piano, so if there's any like little part that we want to add in, we can just do it on a keyboard.
Oh, right on.
And on top of that, I play guitar and bass and like ukulele. So if I need to add any of that in, I can just do it myself. So yeah, it's mainly just been us two.
That's
So,
crazy. I love
yeah.
how casually you're like, I just play guitar and bass
just-
and ukulele and
Yeah, we just do it all ourselves.
And I just learned violin at 9. I played the concerto.
I don't remember violin. Right? I don't.
You're not going to add any string parts to your.
I
reckon?
would love to. I would love to work with like a cello player or something at some point. Not for this EP because it wouldn't really fit in at any point. But in the future, that's definitely something I want to do.
I know. I got the cello player for you.
Okay.
She used to be in the Florida Orchestra.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Nice.
probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah, she's
Hook
pretty
me
good.
up.
To be in the Florida Orchestra, I would say so. That's wild. So, can you tease anything else about the record for us? Any more specifics on it?
No. Well, what do you want to know? What's
Everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I want to know everything. What's the name, the release date?
Okay. So
the track order, the key of every song.
I don't
the
think
chord
I can.
progressions.
I don't think I can go that far. But we're actually calling it Rice in a Bottle, which it's so in my song Pirate Ice, which I'll probably play at the end here. We were trying to get a cajon player to come in, but because of the timing of the song and just a lot of different factors, he just couldn't do it to the song. So we put rice in a water bottle and we used it as a shaker because we were too broke to buy an actual shaker. And so we use that for percussion on Pirate Ice, and we'll probably use it again. So to me now, rice in a bottle means like perseverance and like working through things. It's a dumb metaphor, but it's there. So
It's
that's
your
what the EP
metaphor.
is
Yeah,
going
to
be
me,
called.
it's like
Yeah.
a creative solution. Like
Right.
you didn't have a shaker, but rice in a bottle works just
It
as
did,
well.
yeah.
What kind of bottle did you use?
Just like a Zephyr Hills water bottle.
Even better.
Yeah, exactly.
Even better. Yeah, that's one thing I missed when I moved out of Florida for a while was Zephyr Hills water.
It's the best.
Because to me,
the
that's
best
what
water.
water tastes like.
Yeah.
Water tastes like Zephyr Hills.
It really does, so.
Shout out to Andy Holt.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's our friend Andy lives in L.A. and his parents, I think, I don't know if they still ship him Zephyr Hills, but I know
sure they
when he
do.
first moved, they would ship him like
Pallets of it, yeah.
pallets of Zephyr Hills so that he
Wow.
could survive.
That's crazy.
But I don't blame him.
Yeah. I feel like Aquafina just tastes like chemicals.
Oh yeah, it's purified
Does.
piss. Is what
Yeah.
It
Pretty much.
Well, anything you pour out of a tap is technically purified piss.
is. Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Okay,
We can kiss that
you're right.
Aquafina sponsorship goodbye, I guess.
What's up, Zephyr Hills?
yeah. Zephyr Hills, cut the check, Zephyr Hills. Damn. God, send us some pallets, seriously.
Yeah, you can literally just pay us in water, and
Yeah.
that saved me like $500 a month.
Yeah, that'd be nice. If we could just have one of those big jugs in here, then we'd be set.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
We could take pictures of all of our guests with a big jug, like holding a jug of Zephyr Hills
Yeah.
water.
See, you came to
Right.
talk
Pay
about
you
your
more.
music, but this is actually just a pitch for Zephyr Hills
Got it.
to
All
be
right.
our sponsor. I want to be sponsored by Zephyr Hills and West Tampa Sandwich Shop. Those are my two. If we can get those, we're set.
Okay.
And La Segunda Bakery while we're at it. Let's just line them all up.
Never been to that one.
You don't know La Segunda?
No, I don't know that one actually.
How long have
I'm
you lived
sorry.
in Tampa?
My whole life.
Well, come on.
So La
Come on,
Segunda Bakery
Julia.
is where just about everyone gets their Cuban bread around here. The
Yeah.
Colombia
Oh,
gets it. Everyone on
okay.
this strip gets their bread from La Segunda.
True.
That is the Cuban bread spot.
All right.
So,
That and
Okay.
Alessi Bakery.
Alessi too.
Oh, I've been to
Hey
Alessi.
Alessi, what's up with
I like
those
Alessi.
with those cannolis for sponsorship, man? I want a plate full of cannolis every fucking episode.
Yeah. With a Zephyr Hills water jug next to
That's
it.
what I'm talking about, and a big fucking loaf of Cuban bread.
That
Yeah.
Now I'm just hungry. Like I don't even know if I can do the rest of the podcast.
Dude, I would weigh 300 something pounds if we did that.
if we were sponsored by
Zephyr
Cuban
Hills,
bread,
Alessi, and La Segunda.
Yeah.
that'll do it. That'll do it. But yeah, the food sponsors. That's where it's all at.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, all right.
Wow.
Moving on.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your guitar too. You came in with like a hollow body.
Yeah.
like-
Hollow body flat top.
yeah.
A semi-hollow Ibanez Art Start. I got it when I was like 12, so I don't really remember any of like the selling points about it.
Yeah.
But I
well,
like
you don't
it.
have to sell me on it. I was just, it's a
Right.
unique guitar. You know?
Yeah, I really like it. It's the only guitar that I've had for that long that hasn't broken yet, so that's pretty much why I use it. It's been through a lot of drops and performances and
Good.
getting thrown in a car and yeah. Its name is Sam.
You named the guitar?
I did name the guitar.
You gotta name the
Yeah.
guitars, man.
You
Really?
did? Yeah, you don't name your guitars?
No, I've never named my
Oh,
guitar.
well.
I guess I'm the weird one though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The acoustic that's at your place right now is Betsy.
I didn't know that.
That's Betsy.
Damn.
You know
I,
now.
Betsy's been in my house for months and I had no idea.
Just threw her in a fucking closet.
No, she's out in the open. She's out in the open. I wouldn't do that to her.
Yeah.
I wouldn't throw her in a closet.
Yeah.
Although she is locked up in a case. So,
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
you know.
caging up my baby. I want to get a really weird color guitar and name him Molly.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Julia has no opinion on that.
Yeah.
I have nothing to say about that.
She's looking at you judgingly. I'm just gonna narrate Julia's looks for the rest of the podcast.
right, that's
she's
fine.
giving Jason weird side eye. Jason is laughing. Ugh, I just can't even look at you sometimes. Jason, not Julia. Gosh. How did you meet this kid?
Christina actually
Again, Christina
told
hooking
him
it
to
up.
come to Above the Soul
Yeah,
or
she
something like that.
urged me repeatedly to come watch her perform.
Right.
So I did. And it was good. So I approached her afterwards and asked her if she wanted to be on the podcast.
You were wearing Coca-Cola pajama pants when
Yeah.
you did that.
Dr.
also.
Pepper, ma'am.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Sorry. Damn. I'll
I was-
step back.
I was a little bit in a fuck it mode that night. So I
Yeah.
wore my Dr. Pepper. And I don't know what shirt I had. I know what shirt I had, but I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. It's a shirt that says "Abnormally Long Penis Association" on the front. My mom got it for me when I was in high school.
Wow, I didn't even notice that part.
Yeah, nobody. That's the thing about that
It's
shirt.
subtle.
Nobody notices. Yeah.
Yeah. That's when you know Jason's in a really like fuck it all mood when he's
Yep.
wearing his Dr. Pepper pants out of the house.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, more power to you. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't blame you. So is that the weirdest person that's ever approached you after a show?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
There's
no.
definitely been weirder.
What is the
Weirder
weirdest post-show experience?
Oh God. Well, okay. Here's my thing is people will always come up to me after a show. This isn't necessarily like weird, but people will always come up to me after shows and immediately tell me who I sound like, quotation marks. And I have a fucking list on my phone of like 30 different people that I've been compared to. And I think the weirdest one was someone said that I sounded like Meghan Trainor. And I was like, no, I don't. What the
have you
fuck?
heard Meghan Trainor?
Yeah,
Like,
that
that's
does
very
not
weird.
sound anything like Meghan Trainor. Not shitting on Meghan Trainor, but I don't sound anything like her. So yeah, I get that a lot. I think the weirdest thing is just like creepy guys coming up to me afterwards and being like trying to talk to me about just bullshit. Like they obviously don't know anything about music and are just trying to talk to me. And
Hey,
that's
Julia, nice
irritating.
guitar. What's up?
What's
Yeah.
up?
How's it going?
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, no, the Dr. Pepper pants weren't the worst thing that I
That's good to
faced.
know. That's good to know. But yeah, that's rough. Like I have a friend who is also a singer-songwriter, and that she was approached by some dude who claimed to be a manager and was like,
Oh, yeah.
he's like, I'll definitely, I'll sign you and blah blah blah. And then, but
Right.
the thing was, he hadn't even heard her music, and
Oh,
and he was just
okay.
like, yo, I just like a pretty girl with a guitar. It's
Okay.
like, dude,
That's
come on,
fucking
that's
an immediate nope.
Yeah.
And then you get, I don't know. It's just bad to like bottle people in a corner like that. Like, oh yeah, you're just a girl with a guitar. Like,
No,
There's a lot
exactly.
more to it.
Yeah,
than that.
yeah, for sure. Well, you get that a lot in Ybor. Like me and my friends used to busk in Ybor, and we would always get people coming out to us like, "Oh, I'm a manager, I'm a producer. Like, come here with me, and we'll like record your shit." And it's so just like they're usually like obviously homeless, and it's just like, what are you doing? Like, why? Like,
Go where with you?
go
Yeah.
where? Like, yeah, it's a time.
Is that something you still do now? Is busk?
I haven't been as much recently. My problem is I don't really play a lot of covers, and people don't really give you as much money if they don't recognize the song that you're
Yeah.
playing. So I haven't in a while. I do like sometimes, just if there's a group of us going out to busk, I'll go, but it's not really my thing.
When you busk, where do you busk? Where can people find the busking Julia Powell?
Usually on 7th, there's that, I don't really know what it is. It's kind of like a bank, I think, and there's...
The
They have like
SunTrust
that
Bank?
like wooden wall. You know what I'm talking about on 7th? Never mind.
Do you know any cross streets?
No, I don't.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
don't. But they have like the walls like caves in a little bit, and there's like 3 of them. And if you go in there, there's really good acoustics. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
what that-
okay. Whatever. It's fine.
Well,
Somewhere
come
on
find
7th.
Julia Powell.
Yeah. Take us there afterwards. Show us.
Okay.
Show us. This is the
Sure.
spot. Okay. So cool. So you have another song you wanted to play for us, right?
Yeah.
Or
sure.
that I'm forcing you to play for
Yeah.
us, really.
Yeah, that's
is
fine.
The key. You want to give us a little intro? What's this next song we're about to hear?
It's called Pirate Eyes. It's going to be on the EP. It is a breakup song.
Do you want to embarrass
Yeah.
the dude? Do you want to embarrass the dude and be like,
Hey,
hey,
why-
this motherfucker?
It's his
Yeah.
mother. No, that's okay.
That's
I
fine.
don't.
Yes.
I don't want to give him the satisfaction. But yeah, that's really it. It's called Pirate Eyes because the guy had really blue eyes, and I go into this metaphor about how like his eyes were like oceans, but they were run with pirates, and then it's called Pirate Eyes. It sounds cooler in the song. It sounds really stupid right now.
Works. Yeah. No, it works. And I mean, anything with pirates is great for Tampa. You just
You're right.
yeah.
That's true.
You
Yeah.
just- every song should be about pirates. I think.
You could rename it Gasparilla Gary.
No.
Don't let Jason do your marketing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everything would be a joke.
Yeah. Everything will be about abnormally wrong.
No, no.
I won't miss you, I won't miss you, 'cause I know you want me soon. And don't apologize, 'cause we both know I'm right, and you won't have to tell me twice, 'cause we both know I'm right. Bye, bye real life. Bye, bye silent nights. And high starlight. Well, I guess I'm alright, 'cause I am not afraid, though I know I have strayed, but it will all make sense someday. Yeah, you'll understand someday. Yeah, you'll understand someday. All my songs, I'll write all my wrongs, and it won't take that long, it won't take that long, and you'll understand, 'cause I have it all planned, and we might expand to the new motherland, and though we may fall, we